The Lexus NX is the Japanese organization's counteractant to equation-based European outline, confront lifted for a moment time since its dispatch in 2014. Sitting a rung underneath the BMW X5 matching RX, the NX has been a major merchant for this generally underspoke mark, representing just about 33% of its European deals, and in 2017 surpassing the CT200H Luxo bring forth at a proportion of 3:1. A substantial piece of its allure has dependably been the intense, ID-auto-esque geometry of its bodywork. For 2018 the progressions are inconspicuous, however draw out the effect of the head-turning looks that make it just about a personification beside the more controlled preferences of the Volvo XC60, Audi Q5 and Mercedes-Benz GLC. The vast axle grille is currently more forceful, and flanked by more profoundly recessed air admissions. The guards have additionally been finessed and the LED headlights are sleeker in configuration, as well as now fused Lexus adaptive high pillar system. The markers now light up in a consecutive form, in the style initially observed on costly Audis. Lexus has additionally given the NX its Safety System Plus innovation, which bargains a pre-crash cautioning and crisis slowing mechanism, versatile journey control, versatile high pillar headlights. That is, headlights prepared to do specifically enlightening the street ahead such that different drivers aren't continually amazed, path takeoff cautioning and street sign help. The remainder of those repeats speed limits and such on the infotainment show. One additionally thing, Lexus has hacked out the 194 bhp 2.0-litre turbocharged NX300T for 2018, leaving the half-breed 300 hours tried here as the main choice. The review structure has been disentangled, as well, to SE, Luxury, F-Don, F-Sport Premier Pack, includes a head-up show, in addition to a 14-speaker Mark Levinson sound framework, and, at the highest point of the heap, Premier. The inside remains a feature, regardless of whether the instrument dials still sit surprisingly low and the developed infotainment screen, now 10.3 in, sits unadroitly on of the dash. Lexus does lodges exceptionally another way to the German marks, with abundant switchgear and the utilization of novel materials to clad an engineering that favors inflexible strata over streaming bends. Assemble quality feels high for sure, and the driving position is generally flexible, with all-around reinforced seats. The driving background is baffling and easy, nearly in level with measure. It's described by a ride that is acceptable on great streets yet fragile wherever else, and a technique for impetus that is praiseworthily refined at a journey yet rowdy under speeding up. In that capacity the NX300H just truly hits its lavish brief a part of the time, and never really settles. To get the best out of the hybrid drive powertrain, a framework comprising of a 4-barrel oil motor, an electric drive engine and a slave engine, all allowed to turn freely through a planetary gear set, you need to play by its guidelines. Cover-touching throttle inputs are remunerated with an upsetting whirlwind of revs, so smooth, speedy advance involves saving energy and delicately kneading power out of the hybrid drive when you can. No change there, at that point. The NX300H is, be that as it may, fit for noteworthy cross-country pace, with very much controlled body roll and natural directing. A disgrace, at that point, that the recuperative brakes still feel overhelped, springy and therefore hard to regulate. In low-speed movement the NX300H remains notably better than its unenergized rivals on account of capacity to float off the check quietly. You need to encounter this to acknowledge how quieting a sensation it is, especially in contrast with the stop-begin frameworks on non-crossover rivals, which are continually starting up the motor. It relies upon your needs. The half-and-half powertrain will feel refractory to sharp drivers comfortable with a conventional setup and, regardless of its exactness, the fake feel through the guiding won't be invited either. An Alfa Romeo Stelvio is in another universe regarding association. Not that such things will essentially trouble those of all the more relentless state driving propensities, be it motorway cruising or a congested drive. In either situation the electric offer of its powertrain implies the NX300H is tranquil and refined, regardless of whether the low-speed ride does here and the flame shockwaves into the lodge. Furthermore, that is the enormous trade-off, in light of the fact that it implies the NX300H has an extremely limited operational data transfer capacity, smooth streets at a journey, essentially, where it truly inspires. All things considered, it's hard to prescribe the Lexus against the margarine-smooth Audi Q5 or the all-the-more progressively engaging BMW X3, charming as the Japanese SUV seems to be. The NX300h's trump card is its proficiency. Carbon dioxide outflows are evaluated at only 121 grams/km, which betters even likewise effective diesel adversaries and means advantage in kind rate silo. For some, the liberality of the inside and the unordinary configuration will be sufficient.